Lu, in her drunken state, completely catches Obaguro off guard. This impresses Shin. However, he tells her to try to take the fight seriously because if she doesn't hit Obaguro within the 10-second mark, he will die. Obaguro gives Lu a strong kick, knocking her to the ground. She leaves as she thinks the match is over. Just then, Lu laughs at Shin because his voice is high-pitched. This shocks Obaguro. Calling her a happy drunk, Obaguro tries to hit her after she takes a sip of alcohol, but Lu effortlessly dodges. This angers Obaguro. She tries her best to hit Lu, but Lu evades every attack while softly hitting her, so Shin's timer can be reset. Obaguro gets a rush from this and asks Lu to try to kill her. Lu explains that she can't kill as it is her family's rule. She goes on to tell her that the Sakamotos are her family, but Obaguro mocks her and tries to attack. Angry, Lu tells Obaguro what she has learned while being in the company of the Sakamotos. Shin calls her an angry drunk and her power increases. Lu, who is ready to land the finishing blow, pulls back and lightly taps Obaguro on the cheek. She sobers up and forgets everyone. Obaguro is frustrated but surprisingly tells her that she loves strong rivals and embraces her. Shin is confused but asks Obaguro to let him go. Later, Sakamoto and Boiled continue the fight. Sakamoto, in his slim form, attacks Boiled. Boiled, taken back by the speed of Sakamoto, is knocked out of the building. Sakamoto completely dominates the fight and defeats Boiled. Sakamoto then explains to Boiled that he now uses his strength to protect his family. Sakamoto then throws Boiled into the Ferris wheel, completely ending the battle. Later, Lu, Shin, Aoi, and Hana are on a bench in the middle of the park. Aoi, a bit confused, asks why they are here as opposed to being in the haunted house. She presses Shin for answers, but he deflects her statements and leaves to look for Sakamoto. At the end of the ride, Boiled and Sakamoto leave, but a lady asks Boiled about paying for the damages to the Ferris wheel. Boiled then admits defeat as Sakamoto buys pork buns. Boiled asks him for one, and Sakamoto gives him one that he ate. Shin quickly rushes over to see him and freaks out at his appearance. Boiled then asks Sakamoto about the bounty because the Dondenkai will keep trying to kill him. Aoi, who overhears this conversation, is furious. Later, Lu and Obaguro take Hana away while Sakamoto, Boiled, and Shin talk to Aoi. Sakamoto explains to her that a bounty is on his head, shocking her. Boiled then interjects, telling Aoi that Sakamoto didn't want to tell her because he didn't want to ruin her day at the park. He then introduces himself to her, and she scolds him as well. She then pulls out the family rule book and shows it to Sakamoto. She tells him that they should not keep secrets from each other. After Sakamoto agrees, she urges him to come and enjoy the rest of the parade. Boiled compliments Sakamoto for having a good wife. Shin is curious on how Sakamoto is going to stop the bounty. He tells him that they are going after the one who said it. Obaguro calls this move reckless as the contracts are handled by the JAA. Shin asks Boiled to ask his boss about the bounty, but Boiled doesn't have any information about it. Shin calls him useless as they leave, and Obaguro tells Shin to give Lu her regards. Later, Sakamoto is back to his fat state. Shin is perplexed, wondering how Sakamoto is able to gain so much weight in one day. Sakamoto leads them to a video store. Shin and Lu, curious about the video store, and are told by Sakamoto that they sell information in movie form. They are then taken to a screening room where they watch the film. The film gives the Dondenkai's information and Shin takes notes, but Sakamoto sleeps through the movie. After the showing, Sakamoto then pays the cashier a hefty amount. Shin is surprised at this, but Sakamoto tells him that he saved a lot of money from his bachelor days. The cashier, who is curious, asks Sakamoto if he is coming back to the association and warns him to be cautious. Later, Nagumo is seen with his colleagues having dinner. One of his colleagues asks if he has met Sakamoto recently, and he deflects the statement, causing him to get angry, his name Hyo. Hyo then tries to attack Nagumo with a knife, but he playfully blocks it and taunts him. We are then introduced to the two colleagues Osaragi and Shishiba. Osaragi tells Shishiba to check his food before he eats it. Frustrated, Shishiba grabs the chef and stabs him in the hand for adding onions to his plate. Just then, a JAA representative named Uriya appears and compliments the members for being together, but Hyo explains to him that 4 more members are missing. Uriya tells the team that someone has been killing JAA members one after another, and would like their team to take care of the problem. Later, at the Donnenkai establishment, Shin, Sakamoto, and Lu infiltrate the company. They quickly take out the guards and head to the top floor. As they open the boss's door, they are terrified as they see dead JAA members on the floor while Nagumo sits in a chair. He tells the trio that he was the one who killed everyone. He takes out a fake knife and attacks Shin. He laughs it off as a prank, but Lu and Shin beat him up as he apologizes. He tells them that they were dead when he got there and was conducting research. He explains to them that over 100 JAA hitmen have been killed over the last month and thinks someone is trying to send a message. He goes on to say that the killer always leaves an X at the scene of his crimes. Nagumo tells them that the legendary order has been assigned to the case. Lu asks about the order, to which Nagumo tells her that they are a special task force within the JAA of the best hitmen. They are used to maintain order in the underworld. As he tells them Sakamoto was in the order, Shin and Lu are shocked. He goes on to tell them that the killings started to take place on the day that Sakamoto's bounty became public. Later, we see a man dressed in white reading a book who drew an X on the wall with someone's blood. Sakamoto and his team are back at the shop, and a hitman looks for him. Hana then presses a button to knock him out. Aoi is worried about the amount of hitmen that are now coming to the store, but doesn't mind since Band-Aid sales are up. Hana then goes outside to offer Band-Aids to the hitmen. Sakamoto remembers the words of Nagumo that he will be in trouble because of the 5 years layoff. Sakamoto tells Shin to prepare and become stronger. Just then, a hitman comes into the store, and Lu hits him in his head with a bottle.